All right, let's start stepping up. If you're like me and you love gear as much as I do, this is where it starts to get juicy. Okay, we get to have some fun. We're gonna upgrade from that entry level camera body. We're gonna get to like a mid grade. Okay, it's gonna be a bigger camera. It's gonna now be full frame. Make sure you get a full frame camera for this. You're stepping up into something really nice. You're still in the mirrorless realm here, so that's really nice to do. Stay with that. Don't go backwards and go DSLR now, okay? Stick with me. It's a bigger camera body, and it's gonna fit your, if you got big hands like I do, it's gonna fit your hand a little bit better. And then what you're gonna wanna do is get a 70-200 f2.8. It's critical that you get an f2.8. That f4, not as good. Yeah, you're gonna save some bucks, but that f2.8 is such a better lens, and then it's going to allow you to shoot in lower light situations. That better camera body, that full frame camera, is a lot better. It's going to have like higher ISO capabilities. It's going to be faster. All things. It's going to be so sweet when you upgrade to that better lens. It's going to have cleaner, higher ISO images. There's going to be a lot of good stuff. It's gonna feel so good when you first crack it open, connect that lens, take some pictures. Oh man, I wish I was you so I could switch places. It's gonna be so good. I want you to get 5 to 10 memory cards. You're probably gonna need a couple of boxes with this. You're gonna start having this system. So go to the booth one, check out that system I use with having memory cards and the card system and the envelope system and how we trade with the booth and keep that system going. That's gonna be super critical. You're gonna need at least 5 to 10 cards to kind of get that rolling. Let's upgrade that chair you've got. First, you just had some random chair probably, or maybe it was just some cheap camping chair at Walmart or something. What I want you to do is get a low boy chair. This is like a beach chair. It's gonna have big pads on the bottom so you don't sink into the dirt, but it's gonna put you really low to the dirt. Now, if you're older or you have trouble getting in and out of that chair, don't worry about it. It's okay. Skip that. But if you're young, you're healthy, and you can get down in that low boy chair, that lower angle is going to make your horses and your riders look more powerful. They're going to look bigger. They're going to look more epic. They're going to look awesome. You're going to get down low to where you're still comfortable. You're going to get a high back. They make a nice adjustable one. I'll link it over here in the description or somewhere around this video. I'll link it. And you can adjust the back on that thing so you can still sit up. You can still have a restful back here. You're easy on your body. We've got to take care of ourselves out in the arena. By now, you're shooting events all the time. You're shooting a lot of barrel races, and they're long days. You got to take care of yourself, okay? That first chair, that it got you to here, but it won't get you to there. So get yourself a really nice chair. They're not that much. They're maybe 50 bucks, okay? Maybe $100, okay? It's not a lot of money, and it's going to save your back, and that is worth every penny, okay? It's worth tenfold that. Now you need a cooler with some wheels on it. It doesn't matter the brand name. It's not super important, but by now you're probably carrying more ice. The days are longer. You're going to need more food, more snacks, more drinks. You're probably going to put some camera gear in there too. If you're like me, that cooler was mostly camera gear probably, okay? I had some heating pads for my back, there's memory card cases in there. There's chargers. I would run power to my chair and be able to charge things, whatever. So you're going to be taking more stuff, putting it in that cooler. So you're going to need a bigger cooler, and get one with wheels so you don't have to carry it. You can just wheel it like you're going to the airport. Your days are longer, and your camera's heavier, and your lens is bigger. It's going to be so much work to pick that camera up and set it down, and pick it up and set it down. So I want you to get yourself a tripod, okay? It's time to invest in a tripod, even a light duty. This doesn't have to be anything. I don't want you to spend a whole lot of money on it. Don't spend more than like $200 tops, okay? And that's probably pushing it. So get yourself a light duty tripod. It could be a travel tripod so it packs down and doesn't take up much space. Maybe it even fits in your cooler if your cooler's big enough, okay? It could be pretty light, pretty easy. Then I want you to get a gimbal head for that tripod. So bear with me. Hear me out. If you're shooting on a 200 millimeter lens, 70 to 200 millimeter lens, that is just big enough for most gimbal heads. So I want you to be able to put on a gimbal head. That way that camera is balanced when you let go of it. You might have to tweak some of the settings. You might have to firm up some of the rotation there, but you can go left, right, up, down. It free floats in space. the gimbal is the ideal tool for this job. It is the ideal thing for this. I learned about it by studying bird photographers. They were using a lens much bigger than this one right here, much bigger. They were using a big lens and they were tracking little birds all flying around, and I thought, if they can track a tiny little bird with that huge lens flying through the air, I can track a barrel racer with a much smaller lens going in a pattern that I already know, right? So, and it's true, it worked out great. So instead of having to lug that camera up and down, up and down, up and down, get yourself a gimbal, put it on a tripod, balance it so that you can let it go, and then you can keep track. You can write your notes, grab a bite of your sandwich, whatever you need to do, and then when another rider comes, you just grab your camera, it's right where you left it, and you shoot their run, and then you let go, and you rinse and you repeat. So you just on and on. It makes your life so much better. It is going to not only reduce the risk of dropping that camera into the dirt and tearing it up, but it's going to save your back and it's going to save your body, right? You want to take care of yourself. These are going to be longer days. It's going to be a lot harder. So if you don't have a rig like that, you're really going to wear yourself out. Don't spend more than $200 on this gimbal head either. So there's $2,000 gimbal heads out there. So don't go crazy. Get yourself an entry-level one. It's probably steel, probably just has some ball bearings in it. Spend at least $100, but between $100 and $200, you'll find yourself a very usable, very decent gimbal head. Let's talk about attire. What are you wearing out in the arena? So now you're a professional photographer, you're in the arena, you need to wear arena wear, right? This should be Western attire. You should be wearing jeans, a button-down shirt if you're a dude like myself. If you're, buttons all the way down, wear a nice shirt. Have somebody stitch your logo on it. There's a yoke on the back here on the top. It's a great big spot for your logo. Put your name on the chest, put official photographer if you want to. You've probably seen me in other videos talking about what you wear in there, in the arena. But you're in the arena, so dress like you belong there. Okay, it's time for you to start acting the part, all right? You're no longer just on the sidelines as a newbie photographer. You are the official photographer, okay? You might not be super professional. You might not be making 300 grand a year, 500 grand a year, whatever, but you're making good money at this point and you're doing it often, and most importantly, you're in the arena. And if you're in the arena, you need to dress appropriately, okay? That's just it.